but the rock never stops. We got to talk about this game. The Pistons play like trash, straight trash. I'm channeling my inner homeboy from San Jose, D'Angelo Jackson. Played a little professional ball. Probably one of the best hoopers I ever been around coming out of South Bay. And I already know what he would say. He's the type to walk on the court and look around and be like, trash, 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 trash. And then go and bang on you. Hit threes, score 11 out of 15, right? And then tell you you're trash as you get off the court. I'm going to channel that energy right now because there's nothing more frustrating. There's nothing more aggravating. There's nothing more that I hate as a competitor. To see someone you're clearly better than able to have a good game and beat you and get you off the court. Josh Giddey is trash, bro. I've been saying this for a minute. I said, if he's your best player on a team, your team is trash. If you're relying upon him to get you a bucket to win a game, you're trash. Kevin Huerter is trash, bro. Look, I get it's the NBA. I get everyone. If you play in the NBA, you got something. You got size, you got touch, you got a jumper or something right there. All right? All right, I get it. But you're trash, bro. You're trash. Matas Buzelis, look, he plays hard. He's skilled. He's 6'10". He has good bunnies. All right? Is he a bucket? Can he go out there and get a bucket? No, he's trash, bro. He's trash. There's absolutely no reason why the Detroit Pistons should have been down by over 20 points. Absolutely no reason why the Detroit Pistons should have been down by 20 points. Absolutely none. Outside of you started off the season thinking this shit was sweet. Thinking the NBA was just the G League. You thought it was preseason. You thought it was the NCAA. You know what? And Downtown Deuce. I don't know if I should blame you. I love you, bro, but I might be blaming you right now. Because you out here talking about Dennis Jenkins. You not holding them responsible to, all right, I hope Ron Holland is ready. He's about to get some major minutes. You not holding Asar Thompson to, hey, bro, I need you to get to the rim and finish. Make sure you play your role. I didn't see you holding Jaylen Duren, Tobias Harris, Karis LeVert, Doug. Folks, even Cade. Cade was playing like trash this game. I don't care if he had a little run in the second half, in the fourth quarter. I don't care. You're a superstar. And don't even get me started on Jaylen Duren, bro. Jaylen Duren was trash, bro. He was trash. I'm looking at Isaiah Stewart. We gonna give you the extension, Isaiah Stewart. You knocking down threes and blocking shots and grab 10 boards. What do we need Duren for? He's a backup. He's playing like a backup. This was a terrible game. Trash. I'm watching the first quarter. I'm watching Asar Thompson standing around watching. Like, one job ain't to provide energy. How if you don't play with energy, you're trash. I don't know if he gets that. I don't know if he got that memo. JB Bickerstaff, I'm looking at you. JB. JB, you was runner-up for Coach of the Year, and you let your team come out like that on opening night? You let them come out like that? You didn't call a timeout after 2 minutes and was like, wake the freak up? Trash. Duncan Robinson, trash. I'm ready to go with Chaz Lanier. I bet you Chaz Lanier could get up threes. He ain't gonna get ran off the three-point line the way you were. In fact, you let yourself get ran off the three-point line. You didn't want to take those threes. You act like you already had your full career. Like you already done played your best ball. Like you good. Karis LeVert, I've been saying you out here looking like you on one leg. I'm checking the stats, seeing if you got hamstring tightness, calf soreness, right? Lower back. The way you came out, you was a cone on defense. Everyone out here hustling on defense, but they get a bucket on you. They can't get a bucket on Duncan Robinson. They can get a bucket on you. Trash players can get a bucket on you, Karis LeVert. Yeah, you might be better than Tim Hardaway Jr. I don't know. Because here's the thing. At least Tim Hardaway Jr., and I'm responding to NFZ in the chat. You know, this is an interactive chat. Smash the like button for me if you're enjoying this so far. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. You know the drill. NFZ, I'm not going to let you get away with that. Karis ain't better than Tim Hardaway Jr. He ain't proven nothing yet. Karis LeVert, you come out here, you can't get to the rim. You can't score. You're missing your pull-up jump shots. You're turning the ball over. And you were cone on offense. At least Tim Hardaway Jr. was hitting threes. He was spacing the floor. Karis, you not spacing the floor. And you don't play D. And you're not rebounding. And you're not flying around providing energy. What is you doing? What is you doing? I'm trying to be straight up with you here. We talking hoop. We talking ball. We not talking, organized. Hey guys, it's a long season and all that BS. Oh, you gave great effort. Hey, look, we just didn't have it tonight. Man, bump all that. Karis LeVert, you was trash, bro. Duncan Robinson, you're trash, bro. You got one job is to hit threes. Duncan Robinson. You're 6'8", and you out here getting ran off the line by Trey Jones. You're letting Josh Giddey run you off the line. You got one job is to hit threes, take threes, and you can't even get the ball off. Forcing you to put the ball on the ground. No, you wanted to put the ball on the ground. What you trying to show your playmaking skills? What are you doing? You came here to be Malik Beasley, a taller version of Malik Beasley. That's what you're here to do. It's to shoot mad threes. I don't care if you go 0 for 8. You better get off all 8. They better be terrified of you. And you can't even get off a jump shot. Trash, bro. Trash. Cade, I expect better. I expect more out of you, Cade Cunningham. I expect more as a leader, if I'm honest with you. All right, your shots didn't go down. I expect more out of you, Cade. You let your squad come out there looking like trash, bro. You let your squad come out there flat, unfocused, unmotivated, not knocking down shots, not even flying around to make plays. I want y'all to look at that third and fourth quarter and then compare it to that first quarter. It's trash, bro. Cade, you let your squad come out there like that. Jaylen Duren got 2 quick lobs and he thought the shit was sweet. Picked up 2 stupid fouls. Remember, I said that. Is he ready for prime time? Is he ready to be a Robin? Recognize that his team needs him. Was Duren ready to recognize that his team needs him? Duren, bro, when you pick up stupid fouls, you need to look all your teammates in the face. Look at them eye to eye. JB Bickerstaff, if I was you, I'd look at him and I would just cut my eyes. That's where you got to channel your inner Ime Udoka. In fact, let me just be clear. Jaylen Duren, you're soft, bro. You're soft. Let me say it straight up. Jaylen Duren, you're the biggest softy out there. You know what Jaylen Duren is? Jaylen Duren is that what's that cartoon movie of the bull? And he's sitting out there on the field, and then he gets pricked by like a bee, right? And all of a sudden he starts bucking. Nah, don't be NFC. Don't you dare compare Jaylen Duren to Dwight Howard. Don't you dare do that. Don't you dare do that. Dwight Howard carried the squad to the NBA Finals with no jump shot, hardly any post moves, a fraction of the offense that Jaylen Duren got. He maximized all his talent, banging on people's heads, defensive player of the year 4 or 5 times, 25 times in a row. What are we talking about? Jaylen Duren is picking up stupid fouls at half court on a screen, pulling down Patrick Williams' jersey. What are you doing? Send him to the free throw line. You're trying to come back. He had 5 rebounds, bro. Jaylen Duren, I'm telling you right now, bro. Step it up. That's why he didn't get extended. You thought you was somebody? You just gave up 28 points to Nikola Vucevic. You ain't even Nikola Vucevic, bro. Nikola Vucevic didn't have a hard time getting his extension with the Orlando Magic. He didn't have a hard time at all. You know why? Because he was taking them to the playoffs as their best player. Yeah, that was with Evan Fournier, Tobias Harris, Aaron Gordon. They had a little squad over there for a little bit. Had a little squad. You see, this was a frustrating game. I was almost willing to chalk the game up in the first half. Like, this is some BS. It's whatever. They not ready to hoop. And then they want to come back. Get me all in my feelings emotionally invested in the comeback. And then here come Duren. Foul. Not moving his feet. Whoa, you only played like 8 minutes in the first half, bro. Now you coming in the fourth quarter and you look tired. You owe your team everything you got after the way you played in the first half. And you trotting back. What are we doing? If I'm JB, get him out of here. That's what I like about Ime Udoka. Look, Ime Udoka, and I gotta do a video on him later. I don't know if he's the coach that's gonna get them a championship because the offense looked like trash last night. With as far as the Houston Rockets against OKC, and I get OKC has a great defense. I get it. It was trash. You got to be able to get Kevin Durant open. Similarly, JB, you got to figure out a way to get Duncan Robinson open. Okay, he's a little skittish. He's a little uncertain of himself. He can't get the ball out of his own hands. Okay, where's that double screen? Where's some action running? Right? I need to see more than running pick and rolls. I need to see more than freaking Pistons action. You know, what is this? What is this? In today's NBA, teams are running such complex offenses. Screening away, cutting without the ball, moving off the ball, down screen, cross screen, you know, running the double screen, get a little slip to the rim, right? Backdoor cut, playmaking at the top of the key. Like, there's all these actions. It looked pedestrian as hell. What have y'all been doing in training camp? What it looked like is y'all haven't been pushing each other in training camp. Y'all out there best friending it, hugging it up, high fives. You know why the Warriors can do that? You know why the Warriors can sit up there and high five each other to death? Because Draymond Green put his foot in their ass if they don't come out and play hard. Who gonna do that for this team? That's the real question. That's the real question. Who is going to put their foot in somebody's ass when they don't come out ready to play? Who's it going to be? Because K just seemed like a softy, a nice guy. It might have to be Isaiah Stewart. You might have to start swinging on your own teammates. Maybe it's Ron. I don't know. Maybe he's too young to play that role. You know, I'm upset. I'm upset because I worked all day, got off work, went to the second job, took 2 meetings. I paused the game between meetings. Then I get off the call, clean up, and then lock in to watch this game so I could do a review. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. I'm rewinding plays to see how they develop, right? Who is supposed to be where, right? Ron Holland beat on the back door. Matas Buzelis gets a backdoor cut on you, right? How many times, Asar, are you going to have your back to your man and he's going to backdoor you for a dunk? Matas Buzelis got 2 dunks off of you turning your back to him. When are you going to learn that? You got to see your man in the ball. That's basics. That's basics. I coach that to second graders, bro. I've coached that to college players, bro. You're in the NBA. You don't know to see your man in the ball, that you can't just turn your whole body towards the ball handler. First of all, why do you even feel like you need to do that against Josh Giddey? Is Josh Giddey getting to the rack? Is Josh Giddey getting to the cup? Is that what he's doing? I'm listening to these commentators for the Chicago Bulls, and these commentators for the Chicago Bulls keep comparing Josh Giddey to Cade Cunningham. Oh, they're both big guards who do a great job of leading their team. It's trash, bro. You shouldn't be worried about Josh Giddey at all. You should see Cade on Giddey, Ron on Giddey, and be like, oh, we good. Trey Jones, oh, we good. I ain't worried about him. I ain't worried about him. You supposed to be worried about Matas Buzelis dunking on your ass, bro. And then you're going to get called for the reach-in foul on Trey Jones. Right? Like these mental lapses. But the fact that you got to come back from 20 plus down in the first place, you weren't ready. And I'm working all day, and you playing basketball, bro. You playing basketball. You know how much I wish that that's all I was there to do? Just play basketball and hoop? When I was 22, 23? I remember my college coach, Percy Carr. He used to talk about, he used to get on us all the time. He said, man, people ain't out here to see trash basketball. They ain't out here to see you just run around and do whatever you want to do. People work all day and they buy a ticket. They're trying to alleviate their stress. They're spending their hard-earned money. You getting paid millions and you can't come out locked in. You wasn't looking forward to the season starting? Asar Thompson? Ron Holland? Jaylen Duren? You ain't got nothing to prove? Oh, I'm sorry, Jaylen. You must have got Josh Giddey's extension and we didn't know. You didn't get extended, bro. You didn't get extended. And you ain't got nothing to play for? You ain't got no energy? Oh, you get 2 lobs and you think it's over. I ain't seen you take over a game yet. You ended the game with what, 5 rebounds and 5 fouls? Trash. I wouldn't pay you either. Good job, Trajan Langdon. No reason to pay you. No reason to pay you, Duren. No reason to pay you. You out here playing like you entitled to get paid at the end of the season. Bro, you know how many dudes right now are already better than you? Including Nikola Vucevic, who just dropped 28 on you? He's not dropping 28 on Walker Kessler. Bruh, we go out and get Walker Kessler. You're going to mess around and get you and Ivy sent out to bring in Walker Kessler. Shoot. Right now, Ryan Kalkbrenner might have done a better job than you. And he's 7'1", 270 pounds. Can catch a couple of lobs. And I bet he wouldn't have made those dumb fouls on a moving screen. Grabbing the back of somebody's jersey. All y'all got something to prove. Every single one of y'all got something to prove. Don't come out here like that again, bro. Don't come out here like that again, bro. I don't play that. I'll go support another team, bro. I ain't one of these. You know, because here's the thing about fandom. All y'all so dedicated to your team, you don't even hold them accountable. I've been a fan my whole life, and I just, no matter how they play, I'm just gonna keep supporting them and buying a ticket and watching them on television. So what incentive do they have to play harder? What incentive? Now I know most Detroit fans, they know how to boo. They know how to boo you, and they should. If this was in Detroit, they should have been booing y'all in that first quarter. Everyone's looking forward to this season, talking y'all up, singing y'all's praises, talking about Asar Thompson done grew. Ron Holland figured out his jump shot. Kay Cunningham going to be top 3 in MVP. That's all me. That's all me supporting y'all all summer. You come out like this. I work 2 jobs. Come out here. I got to focus in, right? Baby mama issue. I got all this stuff to do. And I come here and make time to sit here and watch trash basketball, bro? And all you got to do is play hard? That's all you got to do, bro, is play hard. That's all you got to do. And you couldn't do that, bro? It's too much to ask? Asar Thompson? Really? Asar Thompson? Couldn't play hard in that first quarter? Gave up a wide open 3 to trash-ass Josh Giddey. You was watching. Look at that first quarter. Standing around watching. You let Nikola Vucevic get 2 offensive rebounds and a putback while you sat there and watched. Tobias Harris, be a real veteran. Get in their ass. Show some leadership. Cade, he's still learning how to do it. They come out like that again, you better get in their face. I know that's why JB sat Asar Thompson down for Ron Holland, and Ron Holland came in and he hooped. But you should have been hooping the whole game. You playing against your teammate, Manas Buzelis, who got all that fanfare last season. Got to play all them minutes, albeit for a losing team that couldn't make the playoffs. But you out here, you just as good, bro. You ain't got nothing to prove. He's starting. You coming off the bench. You should be hot. You should be hot. You should have been pissed, bro. And then by the time you figure it out, you already let them get going, bro. You know how that works. Somebody that's trash and you playing soft, so all of a sudden, now they get a wide open shot. They knock it down. They start feeling themselves. They start, oh yeah, we about to give it to them. They trash, bro. Why give them confidence? Why give them confidence? Now they going back to their locker room, patting each other on the behind. Oh, great game, man. Yeah, you really hung. Man, those dudes ain't as good as they say. That's what they saying. That's what they saying. You 0-1, bro. You lost. You off the court. You off the court. You got to wait 3 games down. You ain't got next. You 3 games down, bro. You get to wait. They get to high five and keep playing. You got to sit there and look at them. Watch the highlights. Get on the plane. That's what you get to do. That's what you get to do. Jaylen Duren, talk about your extension now. Got your agent looking stupid. Agent out there trying to talk to him like Jerry Maguire, trying to get him on the phone. Hey, my guy, he's trying to, man, looking stupid. You supposed to be there like Cuba Gooding, show me the money out there hooping. 5 fouls. You was doing that as a rookie. You still doing that in year 4? Year 4, you still getting them stupid fouls? Raise your hand. Oh, yeah, I grabbed him by the jersey. I'm just a big stupid. Like your team don't need you. Like your team don't need you, bro. You supposed to be hooping. Cade out there thinking you're going to be his Robin. And you picking up dumb fouls. Just set your feet, bro. You got one job. Play basketball. You can't move on the screen. They teach you that in high school, in middle school, in elementary school. You've been big your whole life. You've been hearing you can't move on the screen your whole life, bro. Box out. Move your feet. This the NBA, bro. If you just want to get by, and here's the crazy thing about it. You go over there to Europe, bro, you know how quick that they're going to expose you? They're going to put you in every single action. Like LeBron would. Like Luka would. Like them high IQ cats or Chris Paul would. Oh, he don't know how to set his feet. He going to reach in all the time. Bet. Put him in every action. Lightweight, that's what they did to you today. You didn't see they was trying to get those fouls on you? flopping, falling, bumping into you, running into you. That's how teams are going to defend you. We don't need to try to stop you. We just going to let you be you and pick up dumb fouls. Duren, they just going to let you pick up dumb fouls. They're going to put you in all the actions. That's what they should do. You ain't figured that out 4 years in the NBA, a lifetime of playing basketball. It'd be one thing if you was like Joel Embiid, didn't start playing basketball till the 8th grade, high school. Okay, you missed some of the early lessons. I get it. All right. You're behind the 8 ball. Andrew Bynum-esque. All right, cool. You figuring it out. Nah, bro, you've been playing your whole life, bro. Your high school rival, Chet Holmgren, just got the max. You can't even get extended. You trying to get what, 30? Don't tell me you're trying to get 35 million. Still picking up dumb fouls. Soft, bro. You soft. You a big softy. What's the name of that cartoon movie? Somebody, especially somebody who's old school. By the way, I got 14 people in the chat. Smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. Somebody let me know what's the name of that Disney movie with the bull that gets stung by the bee and he's jumping all around and all of a sudden he looks all vibrant and they go, oh, let's put him in the Coliseum to do the running with the bulls thing and with the matador, and they bring him out there for prime time with the matador and he just sits there and does nothing. And they're like, what happened to the bull that looked all big and vibrant? He's running around. What happened to him? Soft, big and soft. Ain't nobody worried about you. Ain't nobody worried about you. You just gonna foul somebody. You just gonna reach in. Won't set your feet. Won't box out. You beat yourself. You ain't really trying to hoop. You happy. Hey, I get it. Hey, if I'm 21, 22 years old, give me a few $1 million. I'm in Detroit. Yo, I'm probably hollering at Angel Reese too. But here's the thing. If I'm Angel Reese, why would I be attracted to you, you big dummy? Why would I be attracted to you? Why would Angel Reese want to mess with you? She got to work hard. Angel Reese got to work hard, bro. She ain't been giving nothing. Everybody comparing her to Caitlin Clark. She in the spotlight. She zoomed in on every little thing that she does. She's being the ultimate professional. She got to be prepared every game. Every missed layup. Every foul. Everything that she does is going to be scrutinized. Why would she want to be with you, bro? You come out here like you still in high school. Like you just got out of 6th period. I just dropped a video on, were you ready? Nope, not ready. Not ready. JB Bickerstaff, I'm still looking at you, bro. Still looking at you. You got to get this team ready. They ain't got that many adults on this team. You're right. Double elated in the chat. Offense looked horrible. Confused. Like they ain't practiced in months. Ferdinand the Bull. Thank you. Thank you, NFZ. Appreciate that. Ferdinand the Bull. That's Jaylen Duren. I'm about to write that down so I can remember. Jaylen Duren is Ferdinand the Bull. That's who you are. Until otherwise, you are Ferdinand the Bull. I don't want one game. I want a season where you look like Isaiah Stewart. Where you look like Isaiah Stewart. Shoot, Big Stew, Beef Stew. It's funny. Beef Stew and Ron Holland represent the dog pound for Detroit. Not you, bro. Not you. How they going to pay you more money than Isaiah Stewart and Isaiah Stewart play better than you? Tell me that. Tell me that. I'll wait. I'll wait. There's 7-footers coming into the league every year now, hooping. Are you better than Young Hansen? Donovan Clingan? Walker Kessler, Ryan Kalkbrenner, Johan Beringer in Minnesota just got drafted. The French dude, 7-footer. What, 7'4", 7'5" wingspan? Springy, just like you, but taller. Leaner, can run up and down all day. He look like he's already figured out how to not set moving screens. He'll cost a fraction of what you're asking for. Why should they pay you? They can get somebody who does better than what you're doing for cheap on a rookie deal. Sign and trade you. And who's going to want you? Who's going to want you? Let's be real. Let's keep it a buck. Let's be 100% honest. You're playing like Clint Capella. Duren. That's who you playing like. Clint Capella. Steven Adams would have given us better value in this game. I'm just keeping it bent. Right? Out of the dog pound into the shelter. To be honest, he was never in the dog pound. The real dogs on this squad is Ron Holland and Isaiah Stewart. They're the ones who got us back in the game. Those are the dogs. And the rest of them follow suit. Sar Thompson, Cade Cunningham, close behind. Oh, I expected more double elated in the chat. I expected more from Sar Thompson too. Like, your brother ain't out there hooping. I hope Amen Thompson texts you tonight, bro. I hope you got a text waiting for you. I hope you got a voice note. I hope you got a video message from Amen Thompson tonight. Looking at you like, they say you my twin. They say you could do what I can do. If I was your twin, you'd have, but by the time you got into the locker room, a video would have been sent with nothing but memes and gifs. You getting swatted. You out there don't know what to do when you drive to the basket. Like, you ain't played. Like, I don't know what you did all summer. Bro. Maybe you should have did what Amen Thompson was doing. Is hoop against defenders. Hoop against actual defenders. Hoop against dudes who are trying to rip you every single time. Maybe that's what you should have done, Asar Thompson. I know you're working on your handle, be able to bring up the ball, initiate offense. Okay, that's cool. But your team needs you to turn it on. And you hit a couple jumpers. I ain't going to be, you know what I'm saying, all one-sided. You hit a couple jumpers. But that first quarter was trash. And then you picked it up later. I get it. But they get down by 15 by then. Eventually down over 20 points. And your one job is to bring energy. You and Ron Holland, if y'all don't bring energy, you're trash. You're not good. Without energy, let me be 100% clear. Let me be 100%. 100 grand. Jaylen Duren, Ron Holland, Asar Thompson. If you don't play with energy, 100% balls to the wall energy, you are trash. You are not an NBA player if you are not playing with high level energy. You're not good enough to be an NBA player if you are not playing with energy. Your elite skill is your effort. I have a whole bunch of videos on all the promise and all the things that you're developing and things you have coming and we see along the way. I get it. But the thing that unlocks everything that you do is your energy. Man. Duncan Robinson, you're this close before I start looking at Chaz Lanier. God, I wish we had Marcus Sasser. Because at least what I like about Marcus Sasser, he's a man after my own heart. I'm going to get a bucket. I'm going to get a stop. I'm going to get a bucket and I'm going to get a stop. I'm going to get a bucket and I'm going to get a stop. But there's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to get a bucket and I'm going to try to get a stop. It's a mentality. It's a mentality. Duncan Robinson, you ain't convinced me yet that you're Detroit basketball. Karis LeVert, you definitely for sure ain't convinced me that you're Detroit basketball. At least Tim Hardaway Jr. and Malik Beasley played with the energy. Their energy set the tone. Those two were fighting for their lives to stay in the NBA. Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, you're taking it for granted. Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, you're taking it for granted being in the NBA. Tim Hardaway Jr., Malik Beasley, for all their shortcomings on defense, lack of playmaking, couldn't facilitate, not that good of a ball handler, right? Couldn't grab a rebound to save their life. Look, let's be real. Tim Hardaway Jr. without shoes is 6'3.5", 6'4" at the most. Malik Beasley without shoes, 6'2". They got an excuse, and yet they played their asses off every second, fighting for their NBA lives. Why do you think they had to sign a minimum deal in Detroit that just came off 14 wins? They had to go to the worst team in the league on a minimal deal. Oh, sorry, Tim Hardaway Jr. got traded there, so he had his old contract. Couldn't get extended. They let his ass walk. Fighting for their lives. Their energy set the bar every single game. Duncan Robinson, you coming out here walking. Eric Spoelstra shaking his head looking at you. Pat Riley shaking his head. Man, that's why we let him go. Trash. Trash. Couldn't even come out with energy, Duncan. That's why you can't get your shot off. You ain't got that pop. Malik Beasley, he'd have got off 12 threes in your minutes. Guarantee you. He could have missed every shot. Would have shot 0 for 12. Getting it up. Ain't nobody running him off the three-point line. Nobody running Malik Beasley off the three-point line. Tim Hardaway Jr., they shooting that hoe. Every time. Duncan looked like he didn't know what he was doing. Facts. He looked lost. He looked lost. Pathetic, bro. It was sad. It was sad. It was frustrating. I'm going to work 2 jobs, come home between meetings, trying to clean up. I got to go to bed. I'm tired, bro. And I'm locking in to watch the game. Locked in. I watch it on NBA League Pass so I can rewind. I'm trying to make sure I saw the play just right. Was that really a foul? Okay. I see what you're doing there. Okay. I'm over here analyzing. By the time I got to the end of this game, I'm like, you're trash. When I see who you're losing to, that's why I'm coming with this energy. If this was OKC, you still should have been up for it, playing with the energy. But at least I can excuse you. Them boys hoop. Mark Daigneault, he ain't got to convince those boys to hoop. They drafting dudes who come ready. No, we got Jaylen Duren who fell in his draft because you don't come ready. If you had Chet Holmgren's energy, you would have been a top 5 pick. Guaranteed. But you look like you just out there want to just chew on the grass, right? What's his name again? Ferdinand the Bull. Ferdinand Duren. Ferdinand the Bull Duren. Beef Stew is the only one I give props to from beginning to end. The moment he got in the game, hooping. He's got his limitations, hooping, going hard. I don't care if you miss. Hoop, bro. Hoop. Lock him up. Move your feet. Do your best. Challenge him. Be physical. Ferdinand the Bull, Jaylen Duren. I knew they was in trouble in the first quarter. After Duren gets into the foul trouble, Karis LeVert comes in. And all of a sudden, they get real lazy. They got lazy on offense. They were lazy the whole first quarter. But I saw it was early in the first quarter. Jaylen Duren, I think he was subbed out with like nine minutes and change in the first quarter. Bro, you couldn't even last 3 minutes. Trash. Ferdinand the Bull. But then I see Karis LeVert just, I don't know, drive a little bit into the paint, pick up the ball. I don't know what to do. Let me just go find Cade. You do something, Cade. Isaiah Stewart, I don't know what to do. Find Cade. Asar Thompson, I don't know what to do. Find Cade. Y'all deferring to him the whole time. It's barely the first quarter. If I'm Cade, I'm looking at you like, shoot the ball, man. Shoot it. You know I'm going to do me. I'm going to do me. I need you to be aggressive. And this is where Cade Cunningham's leadership, that might be the video that I do tomorrow morning. I like that, Mega Hustler. Careless LeVert. Careless LeVert. But you know what? That always been LeVert. That always been him, right? A poor man's DeMar DeRozan. They miss Malik Beasley's energy. Gonna be 777. 7. They miss Malik Beasley's energy. They miss Ivy too. Because hey, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I was thinking about this, and that's a great point out. Appreciate that, Mega Hustler. That is a great point out. These are the games when Cade is struggling to get going early. When he's not locked in. This is when Jaden Ivey would turn it on. These are the games Jaden Ivey would have saved the Pistons. I got 15 people in the chat. Can you smash the like button for me and subscribe and the bell for notifications? Appreciate it. Worked 2 jobs, came here, locked in for the game, watched the beginning to end. Coming here with the live. Appreciate the like buttons. It's a little thing, but it's a big thing for the channel. I appreciate it. Let me just say this. Jaden Ivey comes into this game. He doesn't let them fall behind by no 15 points. The moment he sees Cade struggling, he's like, I got this. No. Watch out. Get out the way. Watch out. And he's pressing immediately. Jaden Ivey stays on it. He stays on the gas. He's got that Russell Westbrook, which is like a perfect pairing next to a Cade Cunningham because Cade can be a little Kevin Durant-ish. He kind of fade on you a little bit. It's like, where you at? Oh, yeah, he's over there. He kind of fade on you. I mean, he's, yeah. But I'll say this. Jaden Ivey would not have let us falling behind like that. He'd have got to the free throw line like 25 times. He'd have got to the free throw line 75 times. He'd have pressed to that rim every single time and drew the foul. Ivy was sorely missed in this game. Marcus Sasser too, but Ivy was sorely missed. Sorely missed. Asar Thompson, there was a couple good things I saw from you. Ron Holland, we all saw it. Great energy in the second half. Turned it on. It helped bring us back to the game. Your defense on the ball was spectacular. Asar Thompson, you were doing your thing. You were +6 in the plus minus. When you were out there, you just do a lot for us. We just need you to bring that energy. Isaiah Stewart, shout out to you. Knocking down your threes. What you worked on over the summer, we saw it. We saw it. Cade Cunningham, look, I know you're good. I know you're a really good player. You're amazing. You're a superstar. But you got to be a leader too. Just because you're having a bad shooting night doesn't mean you can't hold everyone accountable. If they're not coming out defensively locked in, you should be in their ass. You are the Detroit Pistons All-NBA, All-Star, MVP candidate. One of the top 10 players in the NBA. If that's not enough for you to hold your team accountable, I don't know what is. They say you're a great leader. Now act like it. You can't let your team come out like that again, especially Duren. You should have been in Duren's ass for coming out like that. It's okay. You ain't always got to be liked. Magic Johnson would get in your ass. Jason Kidd. All the great leaders. Hakeem Olajuwon getting your ass. John Stockton. Chris Paul, of course. D Wade. Look, I'm hooping, bro. I don't care if my shot's off right now. I don't care if it ain't dropping. I'm hooping, bro. And if you're going to be on the squad with me on the court, you better hoop, bro. You better hoop. You got to do better. Trajan Langdon, you brought in these old ass broken vets who ain't playing hard. You better remind they behinds you on a 1-1. You ain't signed in no long deal, bro. You on a 1-1. I just drafted Chaz Lanier, your replacement, Duncan. You give me too many more of these games. We gonna try out Chaz real quick. Javonte Green, you a journeyman, bro. I shouldn't see no turnovers. Nothing but rebounds and hustle plays. Getting out in transition. Flying around. Yeah, I don't know. But I keep telling y'all, quit bringing up Dennis Jenkins. I don't even want to talk about Dennis Jenkins. He was in the G League last year. If we're dependent on Dennis Jenkins, everything's gone wrong. Everything has gone wrong if we're depending upon Dennis Jenkins. Look, we need to get healthy. We need to get Marcus Sasser back. We need that bucket off the bench. We do. We don't have enough offense. That's the reality for this team. They don't have an abundance of offense. If they're not playing great defense, they are not going to be able to keep up offensively. Tobias Harris, you played like trash, bro. But that's just kind of what you do, right? You have a B+ game, you'll have a D game, right? You'll have every once in a while you have an A- game, and then you'll have another D game. But you have more B's than you do D's. And when you average it out, you're like a B- over the course of the season. So I'm going to take this. This is just what you do every once in a while. You have a trash game. But I think you're going to figure it out faster. At least you had a strong preseason. At least in the mix of everyone else, you kind of get lost because what are we doing expecting a lot from you? But you act like you're not in a contract year. I don't know if Bobby Clement could have been used for defense out there. He's got to prove that. But I'm going to be honest, it should be wide open. It should be wide open. But let's keep it a band. Let's keep it 100. Everyone on this team should be on notice. If this thing goes bad at any point throughout this season, there are too many games below 500. All of y'all can go, except for Cade and maybe Isaiah Stewart. Maybe even Ron Hollins got a little bit more security. But for the right player, Ron, you can go. Ron, you can go for the right player. Don't let them offer the right player. Y'all should be sitting around knowing everyone's looking at you. Duren wants an extension. Tobias Harris wants an extension. Karis LeVert wants the option picked up. Duncan Robinson wants the option picked up. Marcus Sasser, you need that extension. Bobby Clement, you need that extension. Jaylen Duren, you need that extension. Jaden Ivey, you need that extension. Asar Thompson, you're available for extension this summer. Who ain't got something to prove? Who ain't got something to prove on this team? JB Bickerstaff, you got fired in Memphis, fired in Cleveland. You ain't got something to prove? You let your team come out like that? You let your team come out like that? I'm out here working 2 jobs and I'm sitting there tuning in, paying my little $15.99 for League Pass so I can slow it down and watch the replay and come back and take a look. And you let your team come out like that? You got one job, is to do what you love to do. Coach basketball. Coaching basketball used to be one of my greatest passions. Somebody pays me millions to coach basketball, guarantee my team ain't gonna come out like that. Say what you want. Say what you want. Say what you want. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I hoop. I hoop. When I hoop, I'm from the Bay. You know who I was looking at as a model was GP, Gary Payton. You think Gary Payton would let his squad come out there and hoop like that? Bro, I'd have been snatching off the bench. Get him. Hey, Chaz, come here. Chaz. Go get that white boy. Go get Duncan. Go get him out of here. He ain't hooping. He ain't hooping. He ain't hooping. Ron, go get that old ass Karras out of here. Get him out of here. He ain't hooping. He ain't hooping. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know what to tell y'all. This is basketball. We trying to hoop. You ain't trying to hoop. Don't talk to me, bro. Don't talk to me. Can't none of y'all politic right now. Can't none of y'all politic right now. Trajan Langdon has had 2 draft picks. 3. Ron Holland. I think it was what? Bobby Klintman. And then Chaz Lanier. He's not tied to Jaden Ivey, Jaylen Duren, or Sarah Thompson. He ain't tied to them. Marcus Sasser. He's not tied to them. Shoot, even Dennis Jenkins. He ain't tied to you. All y'all got something to prove. All y'all got something to prove. Folks out there playing like they've already made an all-star game. Ron Holland, you ain't even made the all-rookie team. Your teammate, second team all-rookie team. You got something to prove. Should never come out there tossing the ball away. Careless pass. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Cade Cunningham, you said you want to be one of the greatest of all time. You said you want to be MVP. That don't look like no MVP. You ain't got something to prove? I mean, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Mega Hustler. Who's the backup point guard you're going to get? You say we need a backup point guard? Who? Remember, all summer, we thought we was going to have Jaden Ivey. Got Marcus Sasser. Sarah Thompson playing point forward. Ron Holland bringing the ball up. I already said Marcus Sasser. That is a crowded offensive initiating team. Not to mention Cade, not to mention Karis LeVert. Even Jaylen Duren brings the ball up. Yeah, we did talk about Marcus Smart, Mega Hustler. We did talk about Marcus Smart. I think he would have been dope for us. He'd have been dope. I get why he chose LA, but he would have been dope in Detroit. I'd have been a great pickup. But then you'd have had to get rid of Marcus Sasser and a bunch of other folks. Or at least Marcus Sasser, because he's just not going to play over Marcus Smart. And I like Sasser, but he needs to get healthy. He needs to get healthy. Got rave reviews in training camp. Got to see it, bro. Got to see it. I got faith in you, but I got to see it. You trying to get extended, right? I got to see it. This was a rough one. It was a rough one. Came out looking like trash, and then you got me all invested, thinking you were actually going to pull off the comeback, and then couldn't do it. Jaylen Duren, you let your coach put his faith in you in that fourth quarter. Came in, got to the free throw line a couple times, but your defense was trash. Weren't moving your feet, trotting back, act like you're tired just because you got a couple offensive rebounds. Got to the free throw line. Got to the free throw line, bro. It wasn't even like nonstop up and down. And you trotting. You one of them cats that thinks he's so good he doesn't have to play hard, bro. You out here Ferdinand the Bull. You out here lackadaisical. You're not physical. Nobody checking for you. You can't even be physical because you're probably gonna foul somebody, bro. I'm disappointed in this game. You 0-1 for the season. Not a good start. One thing that Detroit basketball should never, never have to worry about is effort. That ain't Detroit basketball. Karis LeVert, Duncan Robinson, I would have never thought you were Detroit basketball. Duncan Robinson, I expected more out of you just because you came out of Heat culture. Apparently, the culture is only when you under the Heat. You got to be down there in South Florida in order for you to have the motivation. I know they be tracking y'all steps and heartbeat rate per minute to know how hard you're playing, how many steps you're running on the court. They track all that. They out there micromanaging your life like a mug. They want to know what your diet's like, body mass index, body fat percentage, right? They got all them measurements. If I'm honest, Duncan Robinson, you don't look in shape. You don't look like you ready to run. You ain't looked like it all preseason. Chaz Lanier sitting right there. He could have did what you did tonight. Trash. But I bet he would have got a shot off. Either way, I got to get out of here. 21 people in the chat. Smash the like button for me. Hit subscribe and the bell for notifications. If you haven't seen the video, please go back through it. This was a fun video. This was a trash game. I'm expecting better. I think that they're going to bounce back. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to go live. We got to talk about Cade Cunningham's leadership. If you're going to be an MVP, you got to be able to motivate your teammates. You got to be able to look them in the eye and say, do better. I need to see better. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. It's your man, 100 Grand Ross with The Rock Never Stops. Remember, I wish I to leave you with something. Look, find joy in whatever you do. I do this channel because I love basketball. I really love basketball. I love it. And I love talking my shit. I love talking with y'all. Do something you love to do every day. Every single day. And the more you do it, the more you'll realize you have the opportunity to make an entire life out of what you love. Because that's what life is about. Don't let nobody fool you into doing what you got to do so much that you have a whole life of doing everything that you don't want to be doing. That's not living. That's not living. Do something that makes you happy every single day. Your kids want to see you happy. Your partner wants to see you happy. Your family wants to see you happy. Be happy. I'm going to get at y'all next time. See y'all in the morning. Peace.